Okay, so I have to cook some chicken for a recipe, so I thought I would just go ahead and show you how I make my chicken breast in the Instant Pot. It is seriously the easiest, simplest thing, but it turns out great every time, so I thought I would just show you. Okay, this is the kind of chicken I use. It's just boneless, skinless chicken breast. It's frozen. Find it at Walmart. I get the, I think it's a 3-pound bag. Yeah, 3-pound bag. And that usually lasts 2 recipes. And I don't really do anything. Okay, so I put the chicken in. And then I wash my hands, because that was raw chicken. Because you don't want to get salmonella. Okay, and so I don't even use the little rack that comes with the Instant Pot. You totally can if you want to. I just don't, because it's another thing to clean. And it's actually even dirty right now. It's in the dishwasher, which is running. Okay, and then, I guess I could just show you. See, it's just chilling in there. It's frozen. It's just hanging out. And then I add 1 cup of water. I just kind of dump it in there. And then I use this broth base and seasoning from Orrington Farms. I got this at Walmart. It's just the chicken flavor. So I usually just literally like dump it over and just eyeball it, but since I'm making a video, I decided I should probably use my tablespoon and figure out how much I use so I can tell you. Yeah, that was about 2 tablespoons. That looks right. Here's how it looks now. And then I put my lid on, and I'll tell you something with these lids. Mine's wet because I just washed it, but something that happens is this little rubber seal will like pop off of this rim, and if that happens, it will never seal, and you'll never get like a true pressure cooker situation. It will cook it, but it's basically like slow cooking it, you know? So just make sure you hear that beeping noise, and you hear that beeping noise, and it's locked on there. And then you want to change this, but it says sealing right here, and that's what you want that to be on, because you want it to create a seal so that it'll pressure cook. I do the meat and stew button, and it was on that because I would cook a roast, but I usually take it down to like 18 minutes for those 3 chicken breasts that I showed you earlier. You saw the size of them and all that. But anyway, so what will happen is this will build pressure for about 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, 15-20 minutes, somewhere in there. And then this will turn over to like 18 minutes and we'll count down. And that is usually when I start on the rest of my recipe. Today I'm making like a cheese tortellini with vegetables, and so at that point is when I'll start that, because that way I can time it exactly, you know, so everything's done at the same time. And honestly, if any recipe calls for me to cook the chicken in a pan, I literally just stick it in my Instant Pot and let the Instant Pot cook it for me, because it's just like a lazy shortcut, you know. You can saute, and it actually does work. If you're wondering if it works, yes, it actually does work. So anyway, when it starts to build pressure, I'll come back and show you what's happening. Okay, so it's about 20 minutes later, and I wanted to show you the noise that it's making. And this is the noise that it should be making as it builds pressure. And then it will kind of stop making this noise, and then the timer will start. So yeah. So if your Instant Pot is not making that noise after about 20 minutes, you might want to check your seal and make sure that it's sealed all the way. Okay, so after that, then your numbers will pop up, and that's how you know it built up enough pressure. Now it's pressure cooking your chicken. Okay, so after it's done cooking, mine was 18 minutes, it will go to this L000, and that's a timer for how long it's been sitting in there. I usually let mine go for like 5 to 10 minutes, however long it takes for me to get the rest of my recipe together. And then I will push this over to the side, over to venting, and it'll release a lot of steam, and it's releasing the pressure. You can press this over right away for a quick release, but it makes a lot of noise and it's really messy, so I just never do it. So yeah, I'll show you what happens in about 10 minutes once all that's done. Okay, I'm going to show you what happens when you release the pressure before it's naturally released. I usually use a spoon or something, and I try to make sure it's pulled out from underneath my cabinets because that stresses my husband out when I forget to do that. Here it goes. And this is how much steam it's putting off after just naturally releasing for 7 minutes. So it probably could have gone for another 5, I bet. Okay, it seems about done now. It won't even let you open the lid until it's all the way done. So you don't have to worry about it too much. It's not like a manual pressure cooker in that way. Looks pretty good. And this will drip hot water, so just don't let it drip on your feet. Okay, there's what it looks like. It will fall apart, I bet. And it's about to go in that pan to be mixed with some pesto, so yeah. Okay, so there is the finished product. There is the chicken. And if I hadn't cooked it in the Instant Pot, I would have had to stand over it in a skillet and be exhausted by this point. So I love the Instant Pot and how easy it makes dinner.